Thank you. And this question will begin with Mr. Morgan. The question is, state revenues have been going down in this economy. What specific items would you cut from the state's budget?
Revenues have been going down, but spending has been increasing. Our state legislators, our incumbent legislators, the last 5 years have raised the state budget $5.7 billion. And you know, a couple weeks ago, I believe, in an interview with the County Times, Mr. Wood said he didn't think we could cut spending with the exception of a couple feel-good programs. And it's almost resided to the fact that not next year, but the year after, taxes are probably going to have to be raised. I don't agree with that at all. Not at all. When you accelerate spending as much as Maryland has done, there's a ton of fluff in there. There's no reason why the people of Southern Maryland should be paying for a $75,000 concession stand or a $40,000 Tai Chi court. Why are we paying $2.9 million for a golf course in Rocky Gap? Now, as far as cutting expenses, yeah, we can cut a lot. There's about, we need to save at least $1 billion. $1 billion is a lot of money, but it's about 3.5% of the total budget. Now, I'm sure during this downturn in the recession that you all have saved at least 3.5%. Now, every department in the state should have to go through an audit. 100% audit. I've seen estimates as high as $300 million just off the saving from Medicare, just eliminating the fraud alone. You haven't touched one service yet. There's plenty of room to cut in the budget.
Well, I think Mr. Morgan has overstated a little bit when I said that as far as cutting taxes or cutting agencies. My comment has always been, I think what we need to do is to not, when you talk about cutting, but we need to go into each agency, and dig in there and find out where the waste is at. There are some agencies you can cut 5%. There's some agencies you can't cut anything out of. There's some agencies you could cut 20%. But the only way you're going to do it is you've got to get in there and find out where it's at. And the only way you do it is do that. And until we do that, until we put people in these agencies, and I'm talking about as far as secretaries are concerned, people that run it, until we do that, it's not going to decrease. And it makes it harder and harder because there is no question that there is waste there, but you have to do it. You know, I ran a business for 50-odd years, and what happens? What happens when things get bad and you don't have money? You go in there and you start digging. You go into the departments and you find where the waste is at, and you eliminate it. And sometimes some of the things you do hurt, but you have to do them. And that's the only way we're going to do it.